All right, picture this. It's 11 p.m. You're a high schooler, you're cramming for that absolutely massive AP biology test tomorrow. Or, maybe you're locked into a super intense, high stakes, ranked gaming session with your squad. Your eyes are getting incredibly heavy, your reaction time is completely dropping off a cliff, and you are actively losing focus. You know the exact feeling I'm talking about, right? You desperately need a boost. So what do you reach for? A standard warm cup of coffee? Or one of those massive, brightly colored neon energy drinks? We make this choice literally all the time without a second thought. But let's dive into this today, because what you actually choose, it completely changes the chemical environment inside your body.
So here is the big question. Why do energy drinks hit harder and faster than coffee? It's something we've all wondered at some point. Sometimes coffee feels, well, steady, right? Just a nice consistent push to get you through first period. But energy drinks? No way. They feel way stronger, way faster. It's way more intense. Literally a few minutes after cracking one open, you suddenly feel intensely awake, and it's almost like your body violently switched into a totally different operating mode. You can practically feel your heart rate shift gears. So, what is actually happening on a deep biological, molecular level to cause that kind of intense physical reaction? This is Life in Molecules, where we break down biochemistry into simple, clear explanations you can actually understand. Welcome to today's Explainer.
Section 1. The energy illusion. Okay, so to understand why these two drinks feel so drastically different in your system, we first have to look at what they actually share, which is caffeine. But right off the bat, here is a massive, fundamental myth bust for you. Caffeine doesn't magically generate fuel out of thin air. It genuinely doesn't give you actual energy. Instead, it interacts with a specific molecule called adenosine. Actually, think of adenosine as your brain's internal tired alarm. As you go about your day, burning calories, going to classes, playing sports, studying, adenosine naturally builds up as a byproduct of your cells just doing their normal jobs. It floats around and attaches to these highly specific receptors in your brain, sending a chemical signal that basically says, hey, we are fatigued, it is time to rest. Well, caffeine happens to be the exact right, perfect shape to sneak right into those exact same receptors. It acts literally like a bouncer at a club, standing right in the doorway and stopping that adenosine from getting inside. So you aren't getting new energy at all. Your brain is just temporarily muted from feeling the tiredness. Part 2, the energy drink cocktail. So if both of these drinks basically just block that tired alarm using the exact same bouncer, caffeine, why do they feel so wildly, completely different in your body? Well, on one side of the equation, we have coffee. Coffee is, relatively speaking, pretty simple. Most of the biological effect you're feeling is coming purely from that caffeine, acting as a bouncer against the adenosine. Because it's basically a solo act, the stimulation is gradual, it's pretty stable, your body is really only dealing with one primary molecule pushing the buttons. But on the other side, energy drinks are incredibly complex. They don't just send one signal, they send multiple, highly chaotic signals to your brain and your body at the exact same time. When you chug an energy drink, you aren't just getting caffeine. You're getting caffeine plus massive, massive amounts of sugar, plus amino acids like taurine, which actively modulates your central nervous system, plus heavy doses of B vitamins that act as coenzymes, basically forcing your cells to metabolize available nutrients way faster. Your body isn't just responding to one simple bouncer blocking a door anymore. It is getting hit from absolutely all sides by a heavily engineered multi-signal biochemical cocktail. You are essentially pressing the gas pedal to the floor on multiple bodily systems all at once. Section 3. The inevitable crash. So what actually happens biochemically when all of those ingredients flood your bloodstream all at the exact same time? Let's walk through this incredibly fast-paced cascade. Step 1. Boom, the caffeine immediately starts stimulating your nervous system by blocking that adenosine we talked about earlier. Step 2. All that liquid sugar rapidly spikes your blood glucose levels, giving your cells instant, highly accessible fuel. Step 3. Your body basically freaks out at this massive sudden wave of sugar in the blood and rapidly releases the hormone insulin to shove all that glucose into your cells to stabilize you. At this exact moment, you've got nervous system stimulation, rapid glucose availability, and intensely increased metabolic activity happening at literal lightning speed. You feel completely unstoppable. But then comes step 4. Once that rapid sugar spike drops because of all that insulin, your blood sugar completely plummets and your energy suddenly violently crashes. You have absolutely felt this before, staring blankly at your homework an hour later, suddenly feeling twice as tired as you did before you drank it. The initial stimulation was explosive, sure, but the landing is brutal because your body simply cannot sustain that level of multi-system overdrive for long. Now, the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that coffee, especially if you drink it without, a ton of excess sugar or syrup, creates a much more controlled, sustainable response. But there is one more massive variable we have to consider here: your individual metabolism. Your personal metabolism, which is completely dictated by your specific genetics and the unique enzymes produced in your liver, determines exactly how fast you process all these molecules. It's exactly why you and your friend can drink the exact same brand of energy drink while you're gaming, and you might feel totally wired, super focused, and ready to clutch the win, while they just feel super anxious, jittery, or ironically, even sleepy. We all process this wild biochemical cocktail completely differently based on our unique DNA.
Part 4. Which gives real energy?
All right, so here is the final reality check. Energy is a bodily response. It's not a magic potion you can buy in a can. Neither coffee nor energy drinks create energy from thin air. They simply change your body's signaling pathways, your hormones, and your metabolic activity temporarily. Energy drinks give you a wild, explosive roller coaster ride of multiple biological signals that almost always ends in a sharp, sudden cellular crash. Meanwhile, black coffee gives you a much more stable, steady block of your brain's tiredness receptors. So the very next time you're choosing a drink to help you pull through studying for your finals or to game late into the night with your squad, you'll actually understand that your body is reacting on a deep molecular level. And when it comes to true focus and actual endurance, stability is usually the real winner.
And in our next explainer, we're going to explore something even more interesting: what antioxidants actually do inside your body, and why certain foods are literally always hyped up as rich in antioxidants. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow for more. And remember, if you find it helpful, like and follow for more breakdown as this. Keep asking questions, keep learning, and I'll see you next time.